saying that the 5 elements in the verse, the niche, the lamp, the glass, the tree, and the oil, are like 5 levels of the spirit, rising from the senses to the intellect to the prophetic spirit. The Persian commentary on Gulshan-e-Raz, using the symbols of the light verse, reflects the transmission of the Wujudi philosophy of Ibn Arabi into poetic expression. Briefly in Persian, and then I'll translate. This is a poem. Man vatu arizi zati wujudim, mushabik hoy mishkati wujudim, hame yek nurdan ashba va arva, ga as aine peda, ga zemisba. These are but temporary forms of the one being, yours and mine, lattice grills through which the lights of existence shine. Bodies and spirits into one container for this light are bound, which sometimes in the mirror and sometimes in the lamp itself is found. Now a little bit about the practical interpretation of this verse and the practice of the zikr. The mystery of the universe is coded in the chapters of the Quran according to Shabastari, since every world alam is like a particular chapter of the holy book. As u har alami chun surah khas, yeki zu fatiha va un digar ikhlas. According to these verses and Lahiji's commentary, the descending spheres of existence are located between the world of the first chapter, Al-Fatiha, and that of Ikhlas, chapter 112. The symbols of the light verse have also been read as indicating the practices of Islam, the fara'id, nawafil, zikr, and ubudiyya, obligatory acts of worship, extra ones, the remembrance of Allah, and the highest state of servitude. In the light verse, we have indications of the practice of zikr and the recitation of the Quran as a source of increasing the light of the soul through polishing the mirror of the heart. As you know, there is a hadith that says, everything has a polish, and the polish for the heart is the recitation of the Quran. Or in a Sufi version, the polish for the heart is performing the zikr. Sufi Najmuddin Kubra wrote, quote, "As for the share of the elect in witnessing the lights of the divine attributes and essence by being shown the truth in themselves, it is because Almighty Allah created the human soul as a mirror capable of witnessing, shuhud, His essence, and bringing together His attributes, if it is pure from 2 hindrances, despicable qualities and vile characteristics. Its polish is likalama. There is no God other than Allah. Denial by the negation, la ilaha, there is no God, closes off all which is other than Allah, while affirming with the affirmation, illa Allah, except Allah, has within it the light of the divine beauty and majesty, so that we see with the light of God. In the Mirsad al-Ibad of Kubra's disciple Najmuddin Daya, also known as Razi, further descriptions of the light of the zikr occur. When the mirror of the heart gradually becomes polished by using the polish of La ilaha illallah, and the rust of the instinctual nature and the darkness of human attributes are erased from it, it may become receptive to the lights of the unseen world. At first like a lamp, a candle, a torch, and a fire. After that, the higher lights will manifest, at first in the form of stars, small and large, and then later in the form of the moon, and then in the form of the sun. Finally, lights free from any position will appear. Finally, I would like to return to our focus today, the Milad celebration of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and to review some themes which emerge from tafsirs of the light verse with specific reference to the Holy Prophet. The lamp symbol in this ayah naturally evokes the name of the Prophet, Siraj Munir, mentioned in 33:46 of the Quran. Al-Ghazali refers to the Siraj Munir as the prophetic spirit, which is the source of the kindling of the light of faith or enlightenment. As a living example, the Prophet's experience of the opening of the heart, Sharh al-Sadr, is clearly related to the idea of the spark which causes the light to shine forth. In fact, some commentators have mentioned the correspondence of the mishkat, the niche, to the Prophet's breast, the sadr, as in the ayah, the one whose breast Allah has opened to Islam is illuminated, ala nur, from his Lord. Light upon light, as already mentioned, reminds us of the Prophet's role as the light of guidance, nur al-huda, in the light and a book manifest. The concept of the light of Muhammad, the Nur Muhammadi, is found in the early tafsirs. Abu Abdurrahman Sulami in Haqaiq al-Tafsir wrote, quote, "When Allah willed to create Muhammad, He made a light appear from His light. When it reached the veil of the Majesty, it bowed in prostration before Allah. Allah created from its prostration a mighty column like a crystal glass, zujaj, of light that is outwardly and inwardly translucent." The poet Muhammad Iqbal, referring to this light, wrote, "One is either shining with the light of Prophet Muhammad or still searching for him. Ya zinore Mustafa ura bahast, ya hanuz andar talashe Mustafast." I would like to conclude with some poetry in honor of the role of the Prophet as the living Quran. And it will be an excerpt from the Kitab al-Tawasin of Mansur al-Halaj. And I'll read just a little bit in Arabic and then with the English translation. Sirajum min nur al-ghaybi wa bada wa aada wa jawaz al-siraju wa sada قمر تجلى من بين الأقمار برجه في فلك الأسرار. A lamp from the light of the unseen appeared and came near. The lamp excelled and prevailed, a moon shining forth among the moons, a constellation in the secret sphere. God called him unlettered because of the focus of his vocation, and sacred due to his great blessedness, and Meccan due to his constant nearness to God in location. Allah expanded his breast and raised his stations. He made his command obeyed, and his moon shine forth among the nations. There is no light more luminous or bright, more ancient than pre-eternity, except the numinous light of the Master of Nobility. Kalamuhu nabawi, ilmuhu alavi, ibaratuhu arabi, kabilatuhu la mashriki wa la maghribi. His speech is prophetic, his knowledge the best, his mode of expression Arabic, his tribe is neither of the east nor of the west. Neither of the east nor of the west underlines for us the universal message of the Holy Prophet, the living Quran, in whose honor we are gathered here today. Wa alaikum assalam.
Nara Risalat.